everyone, Caren Glasser here, and welcome to the Little White Lie movement. This is the movement where we're following all people around the world who actually have a story to tell about how to show up in the skin that you're in, no matter what age you are. And today we're asking the question, am I too old to learn technology? Now, I love that question, obviously, because, you know, I'm a geek. But I love that question. We're going to be talking about it with one of my favorite people in the whole world, and I'm going to introduce her in one moment. But I want to remind you, if you're here on replay, we love you. We're so glad you're here. Make sure you comment down below. Tell us what you think about the question of the week, and don't forget to use the hashtag. I'm going to put it up here, Little White Lie. So whenever you put a comment, make Little White Lie. And if you're here live, we love that you're here. We've got lots of people on already. I can see that you're here. Nancy, I can see that you're here. And Carinder, I can see that you're here. Thank you for joining us. And now I get to introduce my very special guest. Her name is Kathy Stover. She's known as a social media strategist. She's a business visionary, an affiliate marketer, a product creator. I'm exhausted just saying all those things because she really does it all. And her client list includes business entrepreneurs, celebrities, transformational leaders, and small businesses who are committed to creating a big online presence and results through their social media, let's say Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. We'll talk about Twitter in a second. This woman has more Twitter accounts than we have family members, truly. She's unbelievable. And truly, she's the woman that I go to when I have questions of what I'm supposed to be doing there online. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Kathy Stover. How are you today, Kathy?
Hey, Caren. I'm doing awesome, and I'm so excited to be here with you and with your audience. You've been doing some fantastic things, and I'm so excited.
And, you know, it's really, really fun. And this is the time that at the time of my these shows that I go, okay, time to do the reveal. So it's time to do the reveal. Here I am. This is my little white lie. This is my, yeah, isn't that awesome? It's growing out. It's unbelievable. In fact, I think I'm going to get my hair cut, so it's going to cut off some of the dark to reach the white, and who knows what it's going to look like. So today, the topic that we're talking about is, am I too old to learn new technology? Very specifically, there's so much stuff out there, right, Kathy? There's so much stuff, so much technology out there. What would you say to our audience? Are we ever going to be too old to learn technology?
You know, I like that you asked that because my mom happens to be 85. She's going to be 86 in June, and she is all over the internet. Now, I've got to go over and fix her computer when she hits the wrong buttons. But that being said, you're never too old. She doesn't just check emails. She surfs the internet. She does shopping. She communicates with friends through Skype. So, no, we're never too old.
I agree. I mean, I have a mom the same way. To this day, she insists that she's not on Facebook. However, she sends me messages in Facebook. So there's that whole challenge of, you know, I think we're being told that we need to be in technology. And even if you don't have a business, we're keeping up with our family, with our friends, if we go on social media, right? But I think that there are a lot of people in the older generation that know they're doing it, but they're not sure exactly what they're doing. My mom now communicates through text. I don't know about your mom. Does your mom text you all the time?
No, she doesn't text. That would be a whole other animal.
I totally get that.
Computer's enough.
So we have Len Muroff, who just said that, you know, this is a wonderfully important topic. You know, so Len, I ask you the question, why is technology so important? How are you using technology in your world? And as you're typing that answer, I'm going to go back to Kathy. And what do you tell your clients, Kathy? I mean, they come to you and you do everything and anything for them in terms of making sure they have that presence. But how do you get them to go across that line of not being afraid of it anymore?
Well, you know, and I think that you just said it, afraid. And there is a fear connected with it because they're afraid they're going to hit the wrong button or say the wrong thing or end up in the wrong space. And the thing about it is, to me, nothing is wrong. There's no wrong thing. You know, obviously, we don't want to put too many personal things because, as we know, it's our digital footprint forever. So it's real important that we think about what we're putting, but that's how we're going to continue to communicate. That's how we communicate right now. So I think getting past that fear is an important thing.
So you mentioned something. You said a digital footprint. What does that mean? What's a digital footprint?
So a digital footprint is actually what it says. It's almost like taking a step in the sand and seeing your foot there. When the water washes over from the ocean, it's gone. When you do that, when you're on the internet, it's there forever. It's almost like your thumbprint, you know? It's unique to each one of us. So whatever it is that we share and we put out there, it's out there and it doesn't go away.
Right, and it's any age. So when we're addressing this, this is such an important topic because it doesn't matter what age you are, young and old. Whatever you put out there, it's out there. It's like there's a biblical story with a pillow, and they open up the pillow, and the feathers go flying all over the place, and you just try to collect all those feathers. Well, it's the same kind of thing. When you're putting out your digital content, it's out there. Somebody can copy it. Somebody can save it, and whether you pull it down or not, right, Kathy? It's out there.
That's right. But here's the thing. It's not to be in fear of that or afraid of that. I think it's important. And I see it in people in their 40s, 50s, 60s and up that do not have the technological background or the confidence level to put themselves out there. But it's okay. And it's kind of freeing and exciting when you put yourself out there in a way that you can share. And even if you take small steps to do that, if it's just your family members or really good friends. Before you even start a business, it's a good thing to get yourself out there and share a little bit.
So why don't you tell our audience how you got into all of this? You haven't been doing this all your life. You come from a corporate background. How did you get into this? And I did tease everyone by saying you have more Twitter accounts than anybody I've ever met. You want to share, first of all, how did you get into this? And then just tell us how many Twitter accounts you have.
Well, I actually got started with affiliate marketing, and I still do that today. I love that very, very much. Anything that has to do with selling, even if it's $5 on eBay, it trips my trigger. I just get really excited when somebody buys something. But I started out with affiliate marketing and actually was using MySpace way before Facebook and Twitter ever came out. And I found a way to market affiliate products through MySpace. It wasn't just teenagers, you know.
MySpace. Oh,
everybody thought that was just for teenagers, but I found a way to sell products through there. And then when Facebook and Twitter came around, I was like, oh my gosh, this is another great way to market products. So as of today, I actually have a little bit less because I've created Twitter accounts around specific niche products. So when I bring in new clients, oftentimes I will have a Twitter account built up and it fits with, you know, the program and what they're doing. But right now I have 92 Twitter accounts and many of them are attached to specific niche products or, you know, complete genres of products.
You heard it here first. She has 92, and that's cutting back from what she used to have. So
I have more. Yeah.
So, you know, Kathy, what do you like about Twitter? Because there's so many different social media platforms, and you obviously like Twitter. You have a lot of. What is it about Twitter that you like so much?
Well, what I like about it most, I think, is that you can get to the point and talk about whatever it is that you're putting out there quickly. 140 characters or less. Typically, it's less if you're putting in a link. But you can connect with hashtags, so it can be very specific. You can look things up very quickly because it's specific to hashtags. And it's just fast. I like how it moves. I like that the reach is great. And it's just a different way of communicating and doing it quickly, I think.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, and it's not for every business. I'm going to ask you a question. A lot of my clients come to me and they say, somebody told me I have to be on every single social media platform, every single one. What do you say to that?
Well, for the typical individual, I would say you do not have to be on every single one for sure. But on the other hand, it depends on the kind of business that you're in as well. And with that being said, I think that it's good to be in several. Do you have to be on Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Google+, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all of these things? Yeah, even saying it almost makes me go crazy. But it is important based on whatever it is that you do to be in specific platforms, but not necessarily all of them. I left out LinkedIn. Oh my gosh, that's a big one too.
Yeah. So let's pick the one that fits, or the ones that fit what industry, what business that you're in. Somebody made a comment, Amy commented, I hate when I learn something so well and then the next day it changes.
I know, I hate that too.
I hate that too. So Amy, you're not alone. But that is one of the things that I think becomes a sticking point for a lot of people, and a lot of people of a certain age. I mean, you and I are of that certain age, but we've been doing this for a long time. So it's not a matter that we're either too young or too old. So how do we help people, that us included, that we learn something new and the next day it changes? YouTube is a perfect example. I remember when Google Hangouts came out, right? And you could do a Google Hangout and you could launch it from the Google Plus page, and then all of a sudden it was no longer on the Google Plus page, it was only on the YouTube page, and people literally are tearing their hair out. Some people actually thought it was gone completely, but it wasn't. So not a good communication, I think, probably on Google's part. But
Right.
is there a best practice for keeping on top of this stuff?
I wish there was. You can go in and get Google alerts, and that's helpful if you key it down to specific words that are going to connect to whatever platform it is that you're interested in and you're looking for current information.
Right.
Typically, connecting into groups, you're a perfect example. You've got a lot of amazing groups where people can go in and find that kind of information. So I think it's keying into specific individuals that are connected to social media so that you can find out current information.
Right.
And that's something that you have. And I know that I'm in several different arenas to where I get the information that I need. And like Amy said, it changes all the time. So part of being and doing what I do, and you as well, is staying on top of that so that we can service our clients appropriately.
Sometimes my head hurts. Sometimes my head hurts. I wake up in the morning, and just like you, our clients count on us to keep on top of stuff like this. And my head hurts. I sometimes will say, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that something I taught yesterday is no longer it. Blab. When Blab came out and then Blab went away, I distinctly remember texting you and saying, have you heard anything about Blab going away? Because it went away. Nancy Ferrari says, change is constant. Keeping up with it is a strain at times. No kidding. No kidding. And here's the thing. You need Kathy Stover in your pocket. You need somebody like Kathy Stover, or maybe specifically I keep doing that. Kathy Stover. I have
Am I over here?
In the right direction. We are somewhere. I'm not sure. So for those of you who are wondering how to get in touch with Kathy, you can go to her website, and you can go to, kathystover.com. You can go and check her out on, she's got a gazillion Twitters. We've already decided that. But she also has a particular Twitter that we'd like you to go check out and go follow her at Kathy Stover. That's that little ad sign. Make sure you do that. And whenever you're making comments about this, what are your thoughts about this? Do you feel like you're too old to do this? Do you feel like you're too old to do this? Answer the question. The conversation is going to continue. If you're here on replay, again, make sure you're commenting. Kathy and I will both go in there. We'll answer some questions. We'll give you some directions, some guidelines. We are so happy that you joined us today. Kathy, any last minute thoughts? Any last minute thoughts that you'd like to share with our audience about technology and age?
I think that I would just tell everybody out there, don't be afraid. Put yourself out there, share. You may not have an online business at the moment. You might be retired. You might be working for somebody else and moving into that phase, or you might be, right in the middle of your career, whatever that is. There may be a point in time that the creativity in you comes out and you share your passions, your dreams, your visions. You create an online business. So start putting yourself out there right now. Make your way, create a path, and that way when you're ready to go out there in a big way and maybe start your own business or do something else with your life, you're going to be set. Create your relationships now.
I love that. And again, you're not too old. You're never too old to do anything.
Never too old.
Never, ever, ever too old. So again, don't forget to go check out thelittlewhitelie.com. Get on the mailing list. Every week we send out a new blog post that talks about these subjects that we're talking about today. Next week, we're going to have a blog all about technology and whether we're too old or not. And you're going to have a chance to watch the show again and to get some more information about Kathy Stover. We want to thank you for joining us today because we know that you have a choice as to where you spend your time. And we thank you from the bottom of our heart that you chose to spend it with us today. So without further ado, go on out, give somebody an awesome day, and make sure you come back and join us next week on The Little White Lie. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Caren.